Hello there. I just wanted to show you my 3D printed fixture I'm going to use to make a 3D toolpath on a 2-axis mill. So what I have here is a holder that I made for my drill press. I'm putting a BT30 collet in my drill press. This is the tool holder, and that fits in there. I got the lugs here. So this piece here fits in a shaft, and I got these holes that I'm going to put screws into to mount this piece onto the shaft, which is this part. This is the shaft. This is the flange that this attaches to. And I'll put screws from here to there. So I really didn't want to drill the holes from here all the way down. I did here initially because I was going to mount this a different way, but I have since come up with something else. The original mounting of this part was too small. I needed a bigger surface area. But so anyway, I put these slots in here. There's 6 holes, 6 attaching holes. So I put these slots in here so I could put washers in there. Going to put a washer on the bolt, and it's going to slip in there, and that's why this is wide like that. But what I want to do is I want to take a T-handle Allen wrench and I want to be able to tighten that screw, but I don't want to, like I said, drill a hole through here. So I have to come on an angle here in order to access the head of that bolt. Now from the side, it looks something like that. So there's going to be a slot in here. I don't want just a flat slot. I want it so it's tapered. This is exaggerated, but I want it to start here and then come down here to be able to access that with this T-handled Allen wrench. So I want a tapered slot in here. So what I did was I trigged out this angle from this point to the back of here, and I think it was like 6 degrees or something like that. I don't have it on me right now, but so I 3D printed this fixture. So what happens here is that this saddle cradles this diameter here, so it rotate, and then these two fork looking things rest against the back, and it allows it to rotate without getting caught in these grooves. Then I have in order to put this in and out, I would like to have locate this hole on the top side, but then I wouldn't be able to get this in and out because the material is there. So I had to put the hole on the bottom. This pin fits into these slots, this hole, clearance hole for the bolt, and it locates it in this fixture. Now see, that's on an angle. So when I put this in there,
Grandpa, I'm putting this in your guys' fridge if you want.
okay, so when I rotate this hole lines up with that hole, and I put this pin in there, and that locks it in place so that the top of this one, because they're 180 degrees apart, so the top of this one is on the top of the part. So when I rotate it, the next one, it's the same thing. This one's on top. So it's on an angle. So I can mill it. I can just move the table and the cutter will generate an angle because the part is rotated. So I can get the depth I want and the angle so I can tighten that screw. Now the back of this, this piece is I don't know, what was it, 2.5 inch roughly? Yeah, 2.5 inch diameter. So from the center line of here, I put this boss on the same as the diameter, so I can bank it against the back of the vise. So what I planned on doing was putting this in the vise, banking this on the back of the vise, and then that would bank this piece on the back of the vise, and then the front of the vise would come up on this piece and lock it in place. And this piece is smaller than the diameter, so it's going to lock on the diameter and not the fixture. So we can generate that 3D toolpath on a 2-axis machine just by using this fixture. Now, halfway through when this thing was printed, I was thinking, I could hold this up and then close the vise and lock it, because I had to build a little bit of clearance in here so I could move this part. So when it was printing, I thought, I should have put a little boss underneath here to support this part. And then I thought, well, it already printed, quite a number of hours already, so I just take a piece of stock and find out what that distance is, and I just put that in there like that, and that'll support the back of it. So that worked out pretty good. So then I can put that pin in there, and I don't have to worry about the pushing it forward against this surface to make it square. I got those spacers under there so I can stick it in the vise and close it down and run that toolpath. So that's what I did, and I'm sure it'll work. Just wanted to show that to you. Okay.